everybody for watching Crypto Revolution. We talk about everything crypto almost daily, jumping right into the market. Today in crypto, Bitcoin weekly chart closes tomorrow evening. This weekly candle has been devastating. Bearish engulfing candle. Very strong move to the downside. Will you see the bulls jump in at the last second and do their best to close above 27,580, right? Which is right where the weekly 200 SMA is at. Previously, we said, how can you be macro bullish? And I think I probably in 15, 20 videos talked about this exact idea. You flip this level, how are you going any higher, right? You got the downside break. You're at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands. So these white lines on the outside of the Bollinger Bands, they're very effective when it comes to trading, right? See how right here, the candles are closing on the bottom. See the white line in the background? The candles are closing on the Bollinger Bands. That's ideas for continuation. You'll see continued downside. As soon as this one breaks above and doesn't close on the Bollinger Band, then you get the move to the upside. Not that big of a move, but that move to the upside. So a lot of people miss these ideas. Like there's so many little basic ideas that if you learn, you will make a ridiculous amount more money. The most important thing we're paying attention to now on the Bitcoin weekly chart is the fact that you've got a potential double top right here. We don't want to see 25,500, 24,400 broken. Otherwise, the double top, and that would give you a measured move about, so you pull it basically the distance of one top, next top, okay? Right about there, and then you put it below the breakdown level. That would give you a 17% pullback on confirmation of this double top. Okay. Will it happen immediately? I say, but completely probable to see a bounce higher and then a bearish retest. This would be the worry. If you come up here and you bounce, then you're looking for the drive lower. Okay. And so trading is not predicting. Like you can go back and look at a month ago's videos, and this price action, it's like the weather. Every single day it changes, and all it takes is one move to change the outlook of the market, right? This, you need to stay updated on a daily basis. I'll do it real quick every day. Subscribe to the channel. We have a ridiculous win rate. Some amazing shout outs to give in my trading group. Until Sunday, which we've got one day left, until tomorrow, you get $100 off 6 months and you get $200 off 13 months. We're nailing 194%, 121%, 120%, 114%, 113, 100, 99, 90, 68, 57. Leverage trading, go to cryptorev.net, put in leverage 100 in the cart, get $100 off, leverage 200 for $200 off, and then get MEXC. Make an account on MEXC. That's where all the money's being made. Very solid exchange, and we've seen game changing. I mean, we've got 650 members in the leverage trading group, and we're killing it. Live streams, follow the leader. It's pretty epic. However, we nailed Rune. We nailed Rune on a long for 82% 8 days after it was posted. At 1 hour after this was posted, LPT 18% gains based on plan A, plan B. Plan A was a breakout of 31,800. You're looking for more upside. Plan B was a break to the downside. Exit your positions or open shorts. Now your RSI is oversold. You had a ton of volume come in. This gives you the volume that proves this breakdown is legitimate. So will you get a move to the daily 200 simple moving average and then a rejection, or up to the pattern and then a rejection? Those would be downside confirmation ideas. You don't want to see that. Right? If you do see that, short in the market, close your positions, etc. The miracle move would be a break back into the pattern, and then everything changes because these downside targets are null and void. This is the Bitcoin USDT 4-hour chart. Most important thing is, if you haven't come down here, see you've got this previous resistance becomes future support, and it's still holding. And now the question is this still going to hold? And you can definitely bounce here. Like there was an XRP setup, and these are risky. But before we were short in the market, we were looking for double-digit red days. XRP had a 21, almost 22% bounce. And then you're looking for ideas. And again, you're scaling in. Maybe you buy 1,000 here, 2,000 here, 4,000 here, 8,000 here. So you're offsetting the losses on the way down. You don't want to. This is called catching knives for a reason. There's definitely, you don't know what you're doing in this market. You're not really good at reading it. Don't do this. It's high risk. But you had a 1.8 oversold level on the RSI, which I hadn't seen in a very long time. And so I saw this. You had falling volume on increasing price. And so I'm looking for a reversal after the entries. Then you had a rising wedge with a double top, and it rolled over. And so I'm scaling in and scaling out, locked in some solid profits. When you trade with a large amount, these are real easy to trade because they're larger cap coins and you can get in and out of them real easy, right? And so very important to understand how oversold bounces work, because as the market drops chaotically, you're able to make gains back. And a lot of times if you're caught holding coins, you're looking at how can I replace those gains, those profits? How can I buy those coins back potentially? Okay. And so this is one idea if you're trading long on how to do that, right? Oversold bounces. Again, you see your RSI all the way down here, way oversold, 1.8. Volume equates to weakening of the move. You're looking for a reversal, right? And sure enough, it happened. It rolled over. Later on, it pumped back up a little bit. But I was just concerned with this idea. So, where are we headed to next? You don't want to see Bitcoin lose 25,000, 150, we'll just say 25,000, right? Because that would pretty much, daily candle close, especially 12-hour candle close, that would confirm this double top. And then you find the measured move based on this idea. Right? And then you potentially coming back down here, another 23% pullback in Bitcoin. Now this 19,300. Now this can happen slowly over time on this falling channel idea, right? Where you come down to the falling channel bottom trend line and then work towards the top, down to the trend line bottom and work to the top. And then maybe you put in a double bottom. You want to see bullish divergence, especially on the higher time frames, and those are good reversal ideas. Most important thing is you want a higher low, where this low is below and this is the high, and then this is a higher low. That's a bullish idea, right? Because people were willing to pay more for Bitcoin than they were previously. Okay. Understand the psychology behind what's happening in the price action. The saving grace in this market, we're getting so much closer. If you look at the Bitcoin halving, and that's what these yellow lines are, look what happened here. Bitcoin halving, right? You have your panic situation sell off. Bitcoin drops to 38.50, and then it skyrockets to 65,000. Okay, are we going to have that type of reaction? Hard to tell. But the most important thing is, like we talked about, will this double top be confirmed? And when you see some more downside, you can pull this fib level on the fib retracement idea. And the 618 is down here at 21,700. where the 786 is at 19,100, right? So some type of the bullish idea, completely normal, or after basically 100% run up, which we killed it, when this rolls over, coming down into this area would be the bullish idea. Okay, but you've lost the 200 simple on the daily chart. So not amazing. There'll be a lot more clarity coming up when the time to load up bags and pack up your altcoin bags. And that's why I was kind of waiting, because I had a pretty good idea that this was going to happen based on the delay of the Bitcoin spot ETF. That was a catalyst that we needed. I want to give you an idea of where I started, right? Where started buying Bitcoin back here in 2017 at $1,000, right back here. Started buying ETH at $120. I remember being on the floor in Florida with my family in a hotel room, and China bans Bitcoin. And Bitcoin drops from 5,500 to 3,500. And I loaded up. And then the price action ran up to 20,000, 19,700, right? I even made a mistake, made thousands of mistakes. If there would have been any type of trading course for me to sign up to back then, I would have done it in a second, after realizing that trying to figure out things myself, waste of time. I could have been 10 times more successful now than trying to figure things out myself. I just have to come to terms with the fact that no matter what I do in life forever, I will always read books and join groups and try to accelerate the speed at which I learn anything new. So at this point, you had this big pullback out of Bitcoin. And then it pumped and rolled over. And of course, it was like buy the dip, and then it just rolled over. It was like a walk of shame going to Bitcoin, going to the bank, because I bought $1,200 Ethereum. And then I bought $500 Ethereum. Bitcoin came down to 6,500. And luckily, I loaded my bags. And I almost did like a 85% increase in that trade. And immediately it came clear as day. Stop listening to the yahoos that are like, buy the dip, buy the dip. On the downtrends, like, it is painful to buy the dip. I felt sick and defeated. I loaded up here, like stomach in a knot, and I'm just like fetal position, and I'm hating it. I quit working after this run up. Neo 3x, you had altcoin seasons, and then it sold off, but I took profits. I doubled my money on some Bitcoin and some Ethereum trades, and the ex-CEO of BitMEXC called for 2-digit Ethereum. And I'm like, there is no way. And it hit $80. And I bought Ethereum at 120, and obviously Ethereum took off. That was definitely a good, solid play. It took a full market cycle to earn enough capital to fully take advantage of the next run. It's going to take a couple market cycles to build your capital up so that you can take full advantage of the next bull market, right? And you're doing this during the bear market when the price action isn't moving much. But Ethereum came back down to $86 right here. However, I bought $9 BNB. I bought BNB at $9, and I didn't manage risk very well. Looking back, I really got lucky, because I went almost all in, and I didn't sell the top, but 10x, 20x, 27x gains on this play, where BNB took off and ran up to $600. Right? The ETH I sold at 2,800. Top was, 4,000 or 5,000. So not amazing, right? Didn't hit the 5,000 top. Litecoin nailed it. Bitcoin got out at about 58,000, right? Called in the group, lower high, caution, caution, lower low, caution, caution. Saved a bunch of people a ton of money. And so I just wanted to share my tumultuous beginning in crypto with you guys. And it was a learning experience. But then after the run up, tremendous amounts of money were made. And here we are back down at some of these lower levels for Bitcoin. And so we'll make sure and keep you guys updated as far as I'm looking at, and I'll show you these coins, like these small caps. Someone on Twitter said, this is too good to be true. There's no way you made $4,700 or 4,700% on a bounce. It wasn't me. It was a person's son in the group, watched the training videos. They gave him $40. He turned it into $743 in one day on BitTrue Exchange. He is referencing the Karate Kid. So I used to talk about how, Karate Kid, it's like teaching wax on, wax off. Like you're doing a bunch of things in trading and ideas and watching the videos, and you don't understand how they're going to be put together. But the culmination of all these ideas, when it's put together, leads to crazy parabolic price rises and the ability to trade them. On my wall, this never made sense to me until I met a young lady recently who turned $200 into $200,000. This person who's on my wall, she turned $1,200 into over $1 million. I was just like, how is that? Then I had a buddy who now has been on BitBoy multiple times, popular YouTuber. He nailed 179,000 off of SafeMoon. So going on to digging deep, getting your hands dirty in the mud on Uniswap, on PancakeSwap, and picking up these coins before they get added to the exchanges, because that pumps the coins like crazy. We're going to start posting some of these. I mean, when you risk 1,200 and you turn into $1 million, and you have to, obviously there's rug pulls in place. There's a lot of things that can go against you. But if you're using a couple $100 per coin, I definitely see the upside potential here. So we'll focus on that. One thing that is a lot different now versus back in 2021 is the economy is in shambles. The public debt outstanding. And you're seeing a lot of these banks taking big hits on bad loans. Everybody living off their credit cards just to get by. The public debt is going to rise 5.2 billion every day over the next 10 years. That's a huge number. What is that going to do to the economy? Are we going to see a recession or depression? I think so. I mean, you can definitely make the argument both ways. It really depends on what the Fed does with the rates. They need to start cutting rates. But there's a ton of jobs available. There's a ton of jobs available right now. So this is total 2. And this is something very important to pay attention to. This is the top 125 altcoins by market cap, right? And so you see you've got your shoulder, head, shoulder. If you lose this green line, you potentially are coming down pretty far, right? Just based on the distance of this or the height of this pattern, right? So it could be pretty ugly. Where you lose, let me just give you a percentage. And if Bitcoin dominance takes off and altcoins get wrecked, another 28% in losses overall on the top 125 altcoins. Now, what we're going to focus on is these small caps, because they don't follow Bitcoin as much, nearly as much as the mid caps. So really excited to trade those on MEXC. Bitget's another idea. We will also have some Uniswap and potentially PancakeSwap higher risk setups posted in group. Life-changing money. High risk, high reward. That's all there is to it. But timing, I want to get a little bit closer to the halving. You just got to get real close. April, end of April, halving, right? Previously, we've seen 2 months and even 4 months before then where you've seen the run up begin. And so will this downside move be the last downside move that we see before parabolic price rise? Right? And I'd like to see some kind of double bottom, higher low, bullish divergence on the weekly, and then moon mission. And then it just gets ridiculously easy to trade this market. Everybody's going to FOMO in. We'll have the amazing hype cycle. You don't want to see a lower low down here, right? Because that would mean the next high would be a lower high and you'd be working into something like this. You'd still see the run up, but it'd be from lower prices. We want things to happen as soon as possible. You have to be patient. That's just the way this market works. So new coins that are being launched are going to be the ones to watch because they have the most upside. They're not heavy like Bitcoin, which might 5, 7, 10x. These small caps are going to hit 30, 50, 70, 100x coins, right? That's where you want to be. Life-changing money happens quickly when you're in these small caps. If you guys like the content that I provide on a daily basis, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment in the comment box. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow.